Hi everyone, welcome to the Keune number 9. It's all about fashion and catwalk trends. We're going to share with you the latest trend we spotted, our 3 favorite trends from the autumn-winter 21-22. Can't wait to share it with you, and my 3 main trends will be the out, the it girl, and the white fluff and fuzz. Should we start? Let's go. So, welcome back. This is my model, Star. She is a star. And she has a beautiful ginger hair, and I would love to transform her in the it girl. So it's all about the cool fashion girl with a bit of edge, but I'm referring to the 70s. So I would love to have both of the worlds, like the coolness, but also the nice soft texture in the hair. So if we're going back to the 70s, it's beautiful to give her a little bit of volume on the roots, and don't forget the crown. So that's my first step. Using the roots volumizer, of course, one of my favorites. And you can just go and straight away to the roots. There you go. Just make sure you get the product divided very well. Let's go to the crown. Just give her a head massage, which she loves, to divide the product like this. And now we're going to the length and the ends, which I'm going to use the soft mousse, because we're still talking about a beautiful, shiny, soft texture. Going all the way till the ends. And of course, it depends also on the texture of the hair that the model has. If the hair is really thick, then we just be careful with the root volumizer. So we're using other products instead of the roots volumizer. We go straight away with the soft mousse to the roots. So we're going straight to the blow dry. And we're gonna make sure that we dry the products first, and then we're gonna give it a nice shake. So make sure when you start blow drying the roots, just lift the roots with your hands all the way around the crown. It's quite important to lift it already in a really nice natural way. And after this, we're gonna just brush the hair. So I would love to start in the front. Let's make a clean section. So just make sure, if we're not working with the hair in the back, just clean it up a bit so we have a nice clean base to work with. There we go. So we're gonna start blow drying the hair on the top of the head because it's quite important to have more time to cool down because we want to add some volume. And let's start straight away with the first section over here. Let's go to the next section, and actually we're gonna do the brickstone technique. Quite simple, easy. I already explained it many times in other different current webinars, so it's like the base. This is something that I always will do to achieve beautiful results. And after your perfect base, it's all about shaping. So as you know me, I love the perfect base, so we really need to take the time to set the hair, and from there we have the long-lasting volume and wave, and afterwards we can play around with it. Okay, there you go. This is the end result of the setting. As you can see, very quick and easy, but yeah, you really need to work on the technique and make sure that you get the volume on the roots and the nice S shape, which I will show you in a bit. Right now I'm going to use the soft setting because we're still talking about the soft setting and the soft kind of feeling in the hair. So I'm just gonna use and divide the soft setting spray, and we're gonna lose the curl. There you go. And voila. The most important thing, of course, is brushing the hair. So we're gonna divide the soft set on the brush and start brushing the hair. So using the spray on your brush will help you to give the shine and the hold and divide the product in a really nice, soft, easy way. Most of the time you're using the spray way too close to the hair, so you will wet the hair actually. So just make sure you divide it with the brush, go all the way to the roots like this. Don't be afraid to brush the hair, because this is a really important step, because this is the step that you will soft the hair and make it more in a natural way, you know, make it more soft and beautiful like this. So this is actually the perfect base to build right now and to start shaping the hair. There you go. you can feel the root volumizer on the roots, because when you start giving her a head massage like this, all the volume gets back. So right now we just gonna make sure that we give it a bit more. This is beautiful, this is nice, it's really soft, but we can also play with the middle part to give it a bit more the 70s vibe. I kind of love this beautiful, nice fringe going all the way to the side, but we also can play a bit more . It's always nice to see the transformation and how you can play with the hair. So there you go, working from the middle part with a bit of volume, you know, giving her more the Dua Lipa look. The shine is amazing, you have a beautiful soft setting, you see the ends are bouncy, there is volume everywhere. So the first creation, of course, because I can't choose always, because it's a creative process, you know, the first, referring to the first thing that I showed you guys all the way to the side, that's for people who had like just a longer fringe, chin length. So if you want to grow it out and you want to find a way how to wear it, just blow dry it with a round brush, give it a lot of volume, and then just wear it to the side. So actually this is my end result. Hopefully you like it. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of spray, just focusing because we want to keep it soft. There you go. So for the second trend, that's the out, out, out trend. And as you can see, this most beautiful, gorgeous Keune here. And I would love to transform her in the 20s. Think about Miu Miu, Dolce & Gabbana. We saw a lot of waves coming back, but also in long hair. But it's classy, but not sassy. So we need to make it a bit more edgy. So the first step is to start with the middle part. Just follow the steps and I will guide you to this beautiful look. There we go. And it's a very easy way to create a wave in a cool way. Let me see. Very hard to make a nice middle part without a mirror. All right, the first step is the first section in the front. We're gonna use the curling iron, medium, and also a tiny bit of the soft setting. And there we go. All the way to the roots, turn it around, hold it. This. Then we're going to the second one, and that's keep the hair together, a bit of tension. There we go. So the focus is just the front. And we go all the way till the end. And now we need to just make sure that we keep the wave together. Like this, so it can cool down. And we do the same. Bring it all the way back to the first wave. Keep it there, like over here. So we're moving to the other side. Use a bit of spray. You can see we're using the curling iron in a different way. So first you start underneath to the roots, turn it around. Make sure that you keep the tension also. Pulling the hair, a bit of tension, and turn the curling iron back to the top. You know, if you're in a hurry and you just want to add a really nice texture in the front, around the face, this is perfect to work with. So it's not necessary to do this kind of technique in the whole hair. It will take you like a lot of time, but just a quick change after a blow dry, or once you do a half updo, you can start playing around with this kind of techniques. So as you can see, I would love to give this kind of texture also in the lengths and in the ends. So we're just going to work on it a bit, but in a very quick way, creating a flat wave. The hair is already prepped with the soft mousse, and afterwards I will add a tiny bit of sea salt spray to texturize the hair a bit more. So as you can see, it's a really easy technique to work with. The reason why I started in the front, so I had enough time to cool the hair down, so I can go and it's to the length, to the rest of the hair, because it's not that difficult, and I don't want to do it in a perfect way because I want to keep the rawness and the edgy texture also in the rest of the hair. So yes, here it's really like really tight, and you really need to focus on the wave in and out. And right now I'm just gonna add the salt mist. I will spray it in my hands. And the reason why I'm using this kind of technique is just to divide the product in a really nice way. And I'm applauding the hair, so it's also nice to be gentle for the hair. Don't forget the back. It's also important to use a bit more in the ends. And of course it can be also more wet if you want to create a nice wet look underneath. Everything is possible. You know, it adds a bit of crispiness in the hair. And voila. And let's start with getting the clips out. Just make sure to use the high impact. So let's go to the other side. We're gonna do the same, getting rid of the clips. So you can use the curling iron and comb with the tail like this. There you go. Welcome back to the last and the third trend, which is white, fluffy and fuzzy. It's all about creating woolly, nice, clean texture and play with shapes. And white is there to stay. We saw this during the summer, but also this autumn, winter. So the creation of different texture is really important. We really need to use the crimping iron, chopsticks, small curling irons, just go crazy. And the most important thing is to brush it out to get this really nice woolly texture. It's almost like angelic hair that we're creating. So the first step is dividing the hair in two sections. As you can see underneath, I already had made some two braids like this. And we're just gonna focus on the top because I want to create a faux bob with really nice soft texture. And we're gonna start with the texturizer spray because that will give us also a kind of powdery feeling. And as you can see, a lot of pastel is also in trend, and we can use pastel tints in hair, clothing, in combination with this fluffy texture, it's a really nice trend, and I'm just going to show you how to make it. So, first of all, the dry texturizer. That sounds good. There you go, shake it very well. Let's have a back comb, very soft also, that's why I'm using the brush. We're going straight to the roots, crimp, 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 till the end. And we're going to repeat this on every section. And you get also really nice volume. And this is a technique that it's not the first time that I'm using this technique. As you all know, this is one of my favorites also. As you can see, it's really nice and soft. When you start underneath with brushing, it makes it much easier to brush all the back combing out of the hair. As you can see. There you go. As you can see, I crimped the whole hair and brush it out. And I can give you also a tip. You can use the gloss spray also into your brush and make sure you brush through the hair to get a bit more shine back, because we use, and I love the kind that it's like very electric. Ooh la la, j'adore. Okay, so the next step is those two braids. We're gonna make sure to tie them up over here like this, using pins to secure everything. There you go. Secure the hair with a couple of pins. There we go. Here it is. And right now I'm just gonna take all the length that we have here underneath . And those shorter pieces of hair, I'm gonna leave them out to play around with it like this. Use a small elastic to keep the hair together, like so. Oh, not the coat. It's a really nice, easy technique to play around with the hair and even make it look shorter. There you go. And right now I just want to add a bit more playfulness in the front, and I will use my chopstick like so. And I will use the straightening iron. To get the smallest, tiniest curl. And this is not something that I will do the whole hair with, but just a couple of sections is enough. Just a couple around the face, that's enough. We don't need more. And the smaller you want them, the more you get to the smaller part of your chopstick. As you can see, playing around with different kind of textures give it just a bit more depth, but also a nice texture. So brush it out, all this little small curly hair around the face, like this. There you go.